Hello friends, welcome to my channel PC Joe Kimberlite. Today we are going to see an important topic again from SYBSE, Structural Geology, Semester 1 and credit number 2, that is the fold, and in that it will be E part, that is the fold, and in that fold the part 4, that is the important one, field study and representation of fold. So that will be there. So how you are going to study the fold in the field and how you are going to represent them, the fold, that will be there. So just we'll start. I am Dr. Sajid Hundekar, Associate Professor and Head, Department of Geology, Pune College, Arts, Commerce, Science, Camp Pune, Maharashtra, India. Yes, we'll start. Yes. So here what we have, this recognition of fold is there. That is, we are going to observe important one by direct. So direct observation. Second one is we have the indirect observation. So whatever you are going to see with your own eyes, wherever we have a cliff, whether we have valley or road cut is there, along that side we are going to see the fold structures. Or directly you are going to see that particular part. Second one, indirect one, what we are going to make out with this indirect method, we are going to have the plotting attitudes of the beds on a map that we can make out, or establishing map patterns by studying topography, drilling data, mining data, and by geophysical data. So whatever we are going to get the data information in the form of map or in the form of graph, when you're going to interpret indirectly, we are not going into the field, but sitting at one place we are getting all this data, and from their data we can going to conclude whatever your analysis we are going to make out on that particular charts or graph, and you are going to say this is the anticline syncline doubly plunging anticline doubly plunging syncline. So this is the way you are going to predict your observation and how you're going to represent what are the symbol we are going to use in that. So that will be there. So the first one, the recognition of fold by direct observation. So here what we have, the direct observation, wherever we have the cliffs are there, road cutting, artificial or natural which are there, or whatever we have, the mountains are there, Alps mountain, Himalayan mountains, Rocky mountains. These are the big mountains are there. Those who can go into that area terrain and they can visualize the fold with their own eyes. But while walking along that particular fold, if you want to climb that particular mountain, it is a terrible one, and those who have a passion about this structural geology, these people, these geologist people will go at a high altitudes and they observe the things and they have taken the readings and they prepare the maps, all the graphs, the mapping, plotting, everything they have been done. So what we are going to do it in the field, main things. First, the strike orientation, horizontal projection of the axis, direction of the plunge axis, amount of plunge axis of a fold, and attitude of the axial plane. These are the four important reading when any structural geologist go into the field. They will have this strike and deep of the fold, direction of the plunge of the axis, amount of plunge of axis of the fold, altitude of axial plane. These are the things which will be done by the direct observation which are going to make out. Now, whatever we are going to make out these things, once we are going to make the earlier one, it will be there only the clinometer compass and topographic map is there. With that, they can go, the geologist can go and study in the field what are the folds are there and what type of plunge is there, what is the their fold axis is there. Then they will measure the all the details with the clinometer compass. Slowly we got a button lens. Nowadays we have GPS. Nowadays we have what we have, the drones are there. We can send the drone with the remote sensing and we can sit at one place and find out what are the things which are there. So technology has been developing, and the whatever we are going to do it in the field, that work has been become the more easier one, but still the interpretation is a very important one. Will be the part will be there syncline, that is a 50-degree. This is anticline that has been shown with this symbol. Syncline shown with this symbol. If the vertical axis is there, this is the symbol which is used. Syncline with the horizontal axis striking east-west, this symbol is there. Then axial plane striking north south, and deep is 25 degrees. So this is the axial plane 25 degree, and this is a deep direction is given. Vertical axial plane striking north south, northwest southeast. Horizontal axial plane, then plunging anticline. This is anticline, plunging anticline, and the deeping is 60 degree, and the axis of the plunge which is there, that will be northwest. So that line that has been given 31 degree, and whatever we have, the deep is the 41. Plunging syncline with the vertical axial plane striking east west. So this is the symbol which I use. Then vertically plunging fold, the vertical axial plane which will be there. So that will be given the symbol, and syncline with having a horizontal axial plane and horizontal east west. So this is the symbol. So these are the symbol which are going to use into the map, and these with the help of these symbols we are going to recognize this particular thing in the map studies. Second one, plotting the attitudes. Whatever the reading you have been taken into the field, these readings, strike and deep of that particular beds which are there, we have been plot on this, and we are trying to reconstruct what type of structure is there with the simply the reading which we have been taken into the field, and now we have been plotted and we have taken the section, and now I can see this section has taken, this is anticline, this is syncline. So this is the way you're going to make out the plotting the attitudes. Diagram A which we are there, that will be shown at the anticline, and that will be the syncline. So the observation which are there, that has been mentioned here in this specially. Similarly, the diagram B, that is the which are there, that is given. So detailed thing which we have been there, that will be not been such a required. So wherever the sloping will be there, that has been mentioned properly. Map pattern, that is the next one, is whatever the maps we are going to get in that map along this any section, you can plot this one and find out what are the lithology we are going to get and what type of structure where the repetition is there. And plotting this one, we can find out what type of structure is there, that is a geological one. This is the infrastructural section which is there, that has to be make out. Next one, topography, whatever we are going to see, the topography is there in that field, and in that we are going to find out the with the help of the reading, the whatever the topography is there, cast topography, we can trace and make out the maps which are there. So here we have been prepared a topography recognition in the fold in the field. This is the map, and we have taken the section, and there we have been putting what will be the observations are third and first. So this is the order of superposition which have been done, and this is the what type of fold is there. We are going to recognize that, and what is there. This is the anti towards east northeast will be there. If so, then even the formation 1 2 3, that is the which we have been located at this particular point which are there, and 4 we have been can define relatively the chords. So that will be the observation which have been made in that particular map. Then this is again a map is there where you can have the topographical map which are there. We can take the section and try to reconstruct what will be the pattern which is we are going to get it from that topography map. The similar one, how you're going to calculate. The simple part is that not much which will require horse crustas that indicate the general deepening of formation. Hogback indicate the what we are going to have the observation from this particular map is there. Then the drilling is there. You can see from the surface D1, D2, D3, D4. So at a various level we are drill out, and we have find out the readings of that particular beds, and with the help of this particular their core sample, what are the attitude is there. So this we have been constructed that this is type of anticline is there in that particular area. Then the mining, open cast or underground. Underground it is a very become a difficult one, but there we have to make out the drilling. Again, there will be the drilling has to make out because it is a so deep. But if you have the open cast, you can see in that particular open eyes how the rocks which are exposed and what type of fold they have been given. So here what we have the open cast mining which will be there depending upon the whatever the ore burden is there we can take out, and the rest one whatever we have the ores are there we can extract. So that will be the financial gain will be more in the open cast mining. Then the next one, with the help of the seismic instruments, we can send the currents and take down their different reading, whether gravitational, electrical, seismic or magnetic, whatever methods you're going to make out, and with that help of the logs we are going to get out, and from that logs we to try to locate out what will be the structure in that particular area will be there. Now the next one is how you're going to represent the fold. Yes, that is the next part will be there. Whether we can take first the simplest one, photograph, sketches we can prepare, maps we can prepare, structural sections we can draw, structural contour maps we can prepare, a block diagram we can prepare, and ultimately the last one we can prepare a model, a wooden model or a plastic model we can prepare. With these particular things, we will try to represent the fold. Yes, you can see now the first one simple, we can make out the sketches we can draw. And with this help of the strike and dip, we can continue and try to find out what type of this is there and need to cut down and this particular feature. And the photograph, you can see now here, you can see that directly the photograph. With this photograph, we can find out what will be the strike and what will type of fold it will be there. Then whatever the map is there, with this map, we can draw the section and we can find out the how you are going to make out the sections, and there will be based on that strike and dip, again we'll come to know what will be the type of map is there. Next one, the map, doubly plunging syncline. You can see now this is what we have. The map is there, the geological map which will be given over here, and in this we have taken the sections and different parts will be make out and how you are going to reconstruct the thing, whether it is horizontal, inclined beds are there, how they have been there, cutting. So one by one, this is the way we are going to make out. It is a syncline or anticline, whether the beds are eroded, then how you're going to correlate. So everything will be done with the help of the map itself. Structural sections, whatever you're going to have the structural maps we have from there, we can find out complexity of the geology, number of exposure, examine care and skill of the field geology. Those who gone into the field, their keen observations has been marked into that particular structural sections which are there, and time available for the field work. So on the basis of that, these are the observation will be there, which we are going to fulfill into the structural section, and that we will prepare a map we will prepare, and on the basis of that we can try to find out what will be the uh, structure will be there in that, and what will be the direction will be there. So what type of scale we are going to use, whether you're using the small scale map or you are going to large scale map, what will be the interval is taken. So everything will be done into this. Next one is the block diagram. Once you know a particular model I have to prepare, 3D model, whether it is anticline or syncline, then I can, with the help of the block diagram, there is a spelling mistake is there here again. So I apologize that this is the prepare the time of preparation that is happening now. The models, we can prepare wooden models, plastic models, and we can show in that model what type of structure fold is there, and we can merits are there, that is the relation of geology topography we can show clearly in that particular model, and very useful for the people for the giving the training, because they get the directly the what we can say the view of a 3D view, how this model will be, whatever the you have taken the area of that particular area, or you have been prepared the model, then immediately we visualize that we have been visited that area. So what is the demerit? Only the four sides of the model are useful to show the fold, but inconvenient what we have, the whatever the internal what we are there, we could not measure properly. So this is the way the map will be, the folds will be represented. So here we have seen the 2 points. One is the recognition of fold and how you're going to represent the fold. I hope you like this video. If you like your video, please give the like, share my videos, subscribe my channel, and the comments. Whatever the comments are there, write down the comments. I hope you enjoy. Thanks. Have a nice day.